Hey guys, checking in. Ooh wee, as we would say. It's quite something else out there energetically. In the South, we say, I'm gonna tell you what. How have you been? I hope you're doing well, you guys. We are in Cancer season. You know what? Gemini is so funny. It's very mental. It's very mercurial. Sometimes you can almost feel like Gemini just slips past you, and even Mercury in Gemini. I mean, it just blows right past you. So it's a very interesting perception, feeling of time and space. Just, feeling how time passes. But yeah, I hope you are all doing well. Sorry, I was trying to pull up a chart. Oh yeah, it is going to be on the 3rd. Sorry, I was trying to remind myself of the buck moon, the next the super moon. Anyway, I was looking up my moon calendar. Yeah, that's this weekend. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Ooh, I've been knee deep in one-on-one work with this Leo energy in the collective, Mars and Leo. Black moon Lilith has been leading the charge in coming into Leo months ago and will remain there until October. And you know what? I was like, I need to chat with them, but I may need to break it up into 2 parts, okay? Because there's important things that we are integrating. There's a lot that's coming up too. It's and I really think that it's important to, that we just chit chat here about Black Moon Lilith, okay? And I've been doing this one-on-one work with people's natal charts, right? And we've been talking about their Mars placements, their Black Moon Lilith placements, and how to work with the kind of the shadow energy, so to speak, of Black Moon Lilith and Leo. She's been there since January, you guys. And so, you know what? I guess we will see. First, it's probably going to be like part 1, part 2 for June for Cancer season here. But gosh, it's just quite an interesting vibration of energy on many different densities. But yeah, you know what? It's important not to miss. And I'm going to be working on, hopefully in July at some point, I'm going to take a little break from creating. Yep, your girl, she tired. A bit tired, need a little playtime. My Aquarius, she got to wander off. She got to get mercurial. But there's no better way. I always express in gratitude and confirm through the spelling of my words that I am so full of gratitude to. I would have no other way to choose to be contentedly busy and happily occupied with creativity. Sharing creation with you guys is activation. It is grid work. It's beautiful. And I love it, okay? So, yeah, let's just go ahead. Let's just come on. It's like, come on in the room, okay? Channeling Miss Tab. Come on in the room. Come on, let's sit down. You have your coffee, you have your tea. I do have a little bit of coffee this morning. I'm trying to decrease that. I really rarely drink it. It's more of like a treat. It's very, very, very important energetically to be ingesting lots of water, especially activated water. But that's a better conversation point for, we'll call it part 2, when we talk about Cancer season and all this very interesting suspension water energy that we're in. So listen. Let's put pre-Raphaelite down, because look, you if you've ever done work with me one-on-one, you know she gets very chatty. She'll take over the video and she'll start tossing cards at us and say, hey, I thought you wanted to talk. So so your Black Moon Lilith, okay, it's not a planet, it's not a moon, of course. It is, for sake of not going too heavy on the jargon, it is the dark side of the moon. Shout out Pink Floyd, right? But Black Moon Lilith is a place in your natal chart. It is a place in the collective. It is a place that, listen, do me a favor, time out, hit pause, educate yourself about the stories, the mythology, the archetype of Lilith. If you, a quote that I love says, your guides will appear as monsters if you're not ready to cross a certain threshold yet. So if you view the energetic signature and the archetype of Lilith as, oh gosh, demonic is such a loaded word and it's so highly misunderstood, but it's not the time for that today. If you view her in a villainized way, or any representation about, you could say, the dark divine feminine, because it's all a part of the same triplicity. But go on ahead, love and light, do your own due diligence, research her, read about her mythology, her stories that have been passed down, read about her. The same old thing. Go ahead and educate yourself about Medusa, because, child, let me tell you, let's get some tea. That's what would we say, the tea is all in those stories, and you can catch yourself up on that. But, so anyway, we're talking about Black Moon Lilith. And, Lilith energy in your chart, in the collective, is kind of, it's black sheep. Do you know what I mean? It is aspects that are in pain and shame and trauma, and I should not feel this. I cannot say this because I was told that I was not worthy to embody this, because I was made to feel shame and guilt. I am not equal to them, they, him, her, because I am not worthy of insert whatever in the blank, because. And the Black Moon Lilith energy, I was painting a picture for someone. I'm going to share it for you in this collective video too, because I think it's important. When I was digging into everyone and all these charts and these placements with Black Moon Lilith and with Mars energetic signatures, let me back up and explain this first. So when I offered these for the kind of like, the featured reading of June, I was explaining to everyone it was important to understand the Black Moon Lilith placement in the chart first. Because here's what will happen. What is it? The wise man built his his house upon the something. Okay. Southeastern, biblically raised, churched people. You know what I'm saying? We have to explore what our foundations have been built upon, and this is much the same with energetic alignment. Okay, so when you look at energetic signatures, like all of these energies being lit up, being shined upon with this Leo energy, you've got Mars. Again, Black Moon Lilith has been here leading the way since January. Mars joined, Venus also joined. Okay, Leo ultimately rules the heart space. Your toroidal heart space, your magnetic boom, 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 your drum beat, the resonance, the frequency, the signature, the rhythm, the song, however you interpret that you put out into this density, into your density, into this dimension, okay? We'll have to talk about densities and dimensions another day because they're two different things, but this Leo energy rules the heart, and the heart is much like a vibrational gateway. And, it's like if we talk about tuning, we talk about frequential vibration, we talk about, hey, my dial is set to this tune. Okay, so if you tune the station, the speaker of what you broadcast, what you receive, what goes out, heartbeat, in, out, breath, in, out, toroidal space, energetic field, right? This is your auras. Okay, that is your gateway, is your heart. And the Leo energy is all about love needs to come on up under the microscope. And we really can't, what I always tell people in one-on-one work, sorry, I'm putting some lip balm on. You can't go out and be flipping cards. Correction, you have free will. You can do whatever you choose, but you here watching this video, right? Cool. In my experience, it is my opinion that it is not wise to go out searching out before we start saying who loves me, what toxicity has done to me, all these outer influences. Yes, they're very important. They play a role. They teach lessons. It's karmic cycles. Yes. But I'm saying we go within the self first. So we have to understand within ourselves first. What made me emotionally driven to accept certain things or feel that I wasn't worthy of better? And what is hidden in the darkness that I have black sheeped out, that I have shamed away, that I will not, and 9 times out of 10, I'm say damn near, I bet on 100% of the time I bet on it, is there is a dark cave inside of our heart space where Black Moon Lilith resides. And I was explaining this mental image, and I was telling someone, before you can even understand Mars placements, I'm lighting the match on my the divine masculine energetic signature. This is how I want my energy to flow forward. It's ready, it's motivated, it's energized, it's activated. Boom. Let's go. Let's charge out. Let's get up on the horses. This is the type of signature. So when you look at your Mars placements, you're understanding, how does my fire, my energy, my divine masculine, the action, the will to be, the will to do, my sexual drive, my passionate creative drive, how does it want to move? What helps it? And then what hinders it? Where are my challenges and growth points? Yeah, but before you can explore any of that, you better understand what's in your dark cave. Because it's going to, Spirit is saying color, it's going to tone, it is going to overlay every way that your energy moves. And if you are working with your Mars energetic signature from a broken, wounded place, it's not going to be moving the way that you want it to be moving. So I was explaining to people, it's so important right now to understand your Black Moon Lilith signatures and do the shadow work, do the knowing of self, do the kind of the self-exposure and all these different modalities to do shadow and root work. Okay, because the more that we can align, the more that we can work on healing and alignment, we can evolve, right, through knowing ourselves better, the better that we're going to be able to kind of release the horses on that Mars energy, right? So I was describing to someone that I was having this whole visual of, and you can insert any divine, dark feminine sort of archetype, imagery, whatever the case may be, as your spirit guides, your higher self and team find resonant for you, into this picture. But in my imagery, just for some reason at the time, it represented as Kali, and she was going into the cave, and the Leo energy was like this big flaming torch. And I guess to anyone else, she would be extremely frightening, right? Oh no, I don't want to stumble into a cave and find Kali with a torch. They ain't going to go well, But there was a little girl, maybe you could say, doesn't have, gender's not important, we're talking about energy. There was we'll say a little child, an inner child self hidden in the cave. And it was this very strong image of like a hand over the child's mouth, pulled back into the cave, into the darkness, told to be quiet. And this is the shadow. This is the black sheep. This is the, I cannot let out this shame and this pain. And I can't face these wounds. And so then that little, silenced, abused, wounded inner child, because ultimately the sun card, the signature of Leo in the tarot, is the exalted inner child in its joyous state and its freedom to create and its freedom to dance and move. Leo energy wants people to be happy. Leo energy wants people to laugh, to dance. Let's sing, let's throw a party. And it's very childlike. In spirituality, we call that the adorable fire. And so we have to make peace, and Black Moon Lilith energetic frequency and her power helps us go in and do that. Do you know what I mean? It's Medusa holding somebody's head coming out of that cave with the saved, retrieved inner child return to that Leo signature of energy and its purity, and saying, hey, we got one. We brought them back out of the cave. And that is this whole visual that I was seeing. And the small child, the energy of the spirit, the little girl, boy, whichever you choose, was not afraid of Kali because she understood that she was a savior and not a monster. And so they kind of then worked their way back out of the cave together so that the child spirit could be reintegrated back into the energy of, like, again, think of the golden child riding off into the sunset on the horse, returned to its ability to say, I can choose happiness. I actually was worthy. I actually am born to create. I am born to heal. I am born to restore, to remember, to realign. Do you know what I mean? So this was the whole visual that I was explaining in some of these one-on-one readings as to why it's so important to, in your own natal chart, because we're doing this in the collective energy as well. We have to. And we're all doing it in different ways, in our own ways, at different points. You know what I mean? Some people, they ain't even got the torch in the cave yet, but they're trying. You know, some people have found the child, but they're trying to walk her back out. And it's a process, you know? Sometimes you would say something that you even have to do cyclically. You know, so funny. You just be like, oh, I'm spiritual. I had an awakening and dun-dun-dun-dun. And it's not, no. You know, it's a cyclical choice to keep working on bringing that child out of the cave. And you know, that Leo, the passionate, the love, the ultimately, yes, we could say love for other people, how we express love, yes, but and again, Venus joining the gang, the crew in the Leo energy, even digs in more into the energy of saying, what are you worth? You know, because then when we do this work, Mars energy in Leo is going to be like a valiant knight, a valiant king on a sword saying, you put me in, send me out. You want me to clear a path for you? I got you. I'm ready to go. You and Lilith, you and Kali, you do that work and you walk that child out. And I'm going to make sure I'm going to move ahead of you, because nobody is going to hinder us again from loving ourselves, from moving our creative energy, from tainting, I guess, like from dirtying our divine masculine energy that wants to be motivated to take action, that wants to be inspired to create, that wants to return to like a purity, right? So it's like teamwork. They're all working in a team, you know, and it's not easy. You know, it's not for the weak. It's not for the weak. I think it's a very emotional work too, you know, when you have to go and face the demons, so to speak, right? When you have to go and face the ghosts, the voices, the old stories, the attachments, the cords, the cycles, the inherited ancestral trauma that you didn't ask for that came through your bloodline, the experience that you had as a child, the mother-father wounds, because unchecked, you know, this Black Moon Lilith energy in your chart and also in the collective can really swing far to the shadow side and turn into this thing that's like, I can't. I have to fill the void of the cave because I can't go in there and pull him out. I can't. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to burn this shit down. I need more. I need to buy. I need to look. I need to be. It's like the reverse magnetism of this Leo energy. Everybody look at me. It's almost narcissistic. You know what I'm saying? And we're not putting no man on the altar only. It's both sides. Okay. It's an energetic current of narcissism that goes way out to the other. You know, it's polarity. We're seeking to find balance. And so it can happen on both sides of the spectrum. But ideally, we want to be working on, again, that I'm using the imagery and the storytelling of bringing that child out of the dark, out of the cave, walking them out so that they can reunite with the organic, divine God source template that would have them being the sun card, the adorable child on the sun card. And that is the work that we're doing, right? And so as we work with our Black Moon Lilith right now, we also want to consider Mars placements are huge to look at, with Mars being in Leo. Mars is going to remind you, especially in Leo, hey, listen, we need to stand up and we need to make an action plan to start doing things differently. Also, here I am in your Mars energetic signature, and I want to help you. I want to help you. This is you to you, right? You with your higher self, you with your ancestor, you with your team, you with the higher dimensional, higher density versions of you. Saying, hey, Mars energy wants to help you make a plan to do things differently, to actually execute and make different choices. The Emperor, in the tarot, he is foundational. He's disciplined. He holds the structure of saying, yes, I understand that you're doing the root work, the shadow work. Yes, I understand that we're in this watery, emotional Cancerian season. Yes, I understand a lot of these outer body planets. You know what I'm saying? He's saying, I get all that, and I'm not belittling it, but what are we going to do different? You know what I'm saying? And I know it's hard for me personally. I have a lot of masculine points in my own energetic signature, a lot of air and fire. And so, and we're all created differently, and it's divinely so. It's beautiful. But I'm saying some people may struggle with doing the active work to make a map on out of that cave. It may require you have to put sacrifices. Spirit is saying you have to put sacrifices on the altar. I made this post the other day, and it was talking about equally sacrificing to your shadow altars, just like you do your light. Is light, is frequency, it's evolution over here, but that's two-sided. That comes with a sword sometimes. That comes with self-accountability. When you look in the mirror, this Mars energy in Leo is going to say, I would love for us to love ourselves today. How can we execute that and walk it on out? What are we going to do today? Are we going to eat differently today? Are we going to find physical activity to channel these activations today? Are we going to move our bodies to get these emotions out? Okay, divine masculine energy will set up a border and a boundary real quick. And again, this is not outside of you. This is within you. You know what? Today I think I'm going to do something crazy and own my no. Because why? Because I love myself. Because I'm working too hard in my shadow and recovering my inner child and healing my wounds and my trauma, because I don't want these cords to keep me stuck in the upside down world forever, and I'm going to be played in karmic cycles repetitively. I would like to move out of that. And Mars and Leo is going to say, oh, that's excellent. I would love to assist you. Let's make a plan. Let's reinforce. Let's have some divine boundaries. Let me help you. Channel me to help you with that. I'd love to teach you how to own your no and understand that it is just as powerful as yes energy. Because Spirit is saying owning your own no is actually giving you an opportunity to say yes to yourself in a different healthy area. It frees up energy, right? I mean, Black Moon Lilith in Leo, Venus in Leo, Mars in Leo, be real quick. Hey, you know what? I deserve better than that. It's going to be a no for me today. Hey, you know what? I already made plans. I'm working on my own energy. I'm setting new foundations. I have energetic structures and boundaries and things. I'm over here. It's going to be a no for me today. I would like to choose differently today. And this is how you can activate this energy. And that's tough. You know why though? Because, and here's where it is love and light with a sword. Do you know what I mean? Separate the wheat from the chaff. Because ultimately, as we do this work, and it is very divine feminine and intuitive and processing emotions, and that is absolutely a part of it, but it has to be in balance. As we do this work, it comes to a point where it's going to be like, you're going to choose yourself today and do something different. You're going to discipline. You're going to look at yourself in the mirror and take accountability for your choices and do something differently today. Because we would love to help you empower yourself to remember your divinity, to do something different, to re-educate yourself, to realign yourself. But hey, you're also a being here that has free will of choice. You're going to choose differently today. And then let's go ahead and walk those choices out consistently. And you'd be surprised at how things will start moving in your reality. You know, all of this regal energy of Leo is like, you're so royal. You're literally so royal in your ancestral divinity and your bloodline and all of these things and all this work you're doing. Make choices and walk it out like you believe that, okay? Dang, I don't even know. We're at what? 25 minutes? Pre-Raphaelette's over here like, well, I don't know. You know, you kind of got, you talking. And it's a tough time, you know, because at the same time, like we'll talk about, and I think I am going to do a part 2 because I think it's necessary. Because we are in a lot of, you know, this Saturn and Pisces energy that is still going on, the shifting timelines. Are you going to bring in a timeline, a different dimension, a different density? What is your signal pinging? And are you responsible to maintain it and bring it on down? Are we going to tweak these out? These gears, you know, click, click, click into place so you can move up to that next timeline. Are you ready for that? Saturn will ask you, can you sustain that? You know, and then this energy going to be sitting over here lit up all in Leo and be like, we would love to help you. Let's do the work, you know? So let me back it down though, on a different note of Leo energy though, is it is so much the renewal of the heart space. You know, there's a quote, y'all's probably done made like 1,000 different memes, but it's something to the effect of, if you asked a guru, if you asked a shaman, if you asked a wise teacher, insert any wise teacher. Did you laugh? Did you dance? When you put your hands to toil, was it something that brought you joy, or the purpose that drove you to do the plan, to execute the action steps? Is it ultimately for your highest and best good? Did you dance? Have you laughed? Have you chosen yourself today? These are the questions. This is also the energetic work of Leo, because I'm going to tell you something about laughing or being with someone or having a conversation or making a connection or even sometimes this is you connecting with you. It's that energy, you know, Venus and Leo, Mars and Leo, Black Moon, Lilith and Leo. That's the energy of, I'm going to take myself out. You know what? I'm going to sit me to me. I'm going to treat me. You know why? Because I can say no to that. It does not make me feel good. Now, let's not spiral into the shadow side of all this energy where we get a little bit too chaotic. And then where I'm not talking about being impulsive and rational. I'm just going to get lost and spiritually bypass and put my head in the sand by only doing everything that makes me feel good to the max. That's not balance either. No, that's not balance. It's the year of the chariot. Your chariot are going to get derailed real quick. But you get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's the energy of that as well. Laugh. But do things for yourself. Has anyone told you lately that it is okay for you to do that? Okay? And then a lot of that, the wounds in Venus, the wounds in Black Moon Lilith, the shame, the pain, the root cause of the I am not worthy of laughing and experiencing joy. I'm not worthy of my magnetism being seen. I'm not worthy. Yeah. Creation is your divine birth. I'm not worthy of any of that. You don't understand where I come from. And that is where the work, that's where you got to go down into the cave to do the work, right? You don't want to be saddling up your divine chariot horses, right? This is 7 years, the year of the chariot, Okay? You don't want to saddle up your horses and move and direct your energy through your Mars and let it be founded off of some real dark shit. That's going to be tower cards on tarot cards for you, okay? And more karmic cycles. And I know you're better than that. You deserve better than that. That's why we do the work. And again, we don't do it all overnight. We don't do it at once. It happens in cycles. I love to talk about Shrek. When I work with people, this is what Shrek's talking about. He unpeels like an onion, but it's true though. So, what do we have? Okay. Because see, look, 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands. How are you even going to direct energy first of all if you're still stacking all these burdens on your shoulders, you know? Because the 10 of Wands, I'll tell you what, the positive thing is that when you see a 10, you know that a cycle wants to come to an end. And that rhymed, and I didn't even mean to, but anyway. When you see a 10, it's time to close this cycle out. Okay? Some shit really wasn't what it seemed to be. Okay? Some burdens were not yours. Some responsibilities you should not have been carrying. That's old storylines, the people's old voices in your mind, the people who told you that because of shame, because of guilt, because of fear, that you could not be, that you did not deserve, that you were not worthy. Lies. And guess what? Let me tell you something. In this Leo energy, you know, I was just doing a meditation the other day, and it was like the shamanic drum beats, and it had to do with imagine yourself dancing around a fire. What would you throw into the fire? You know what? All these wands. Okay, I love you. All these wands. They can go to the fire. Okay? Because it's time for you to successfully complete some of these karmic cycles and reintegrate. Is like the freedom of your own fire. You're free. You don't have to carry anyone's expectations. You don't have to be oppressed. That's fine. I understand. Listen, I hear you though. No, I hear you because it's like, you know what? I didn't expect it to not be what it seemed. I know you didn't. That's because we were walking blind for a long time, but not anymore. So go on ahead up the top of that hill, light you a big bonfire and put those sticks. I was telling someone one time in a reading when this 10 of Wands came out, I said, sometimes maybe you can't part with all the 10 at once. Hey, listen, sometimes you got to watch out. I'm an Aquarius Leo rising. I'll chuck all the wine. I might have 12. I don't even know where the other 2 come from, but I just put it all in the fire and we will restart again and it's all good. Because I am that I am. And so are you. The universe is never exhausted of abundant possibilities for you. So I'll tell you what, if you want to put the 10 in there, you go ahead and put them all 10 in there. You know, or maybe it's hard, and I've been there too. You know what I'm saying? I can only part with 5 right now. I'm having a fucking hard time. Put 5 in there and then process that. And then maybe you can let go a couple more at a time. And before you know it, that whole fire is going to be blazing up. We're going to be Lilith, Leo, you know, Venus, love and self dancing around that bonfire because we've let it go. We are no longer oppressed, right, by those burdens. So I'm at 33 minutes and I really want to do a part 2 so we can kind of talk about the transition from Cancer into Leo season and talk about some of these outer body planets and these retrogrades. Woo! Y'all love to say, child. People who work with me, we do one-on-ones, they already know. It's your divine inheritance to be kings and queens. And we don't do that by carrying everyone else's shit, burdens, stories about us. Ooh, because let me tell you something. The guides and spirit are saying, your higher self is saying, you better watch out when you burn those wands because you're going to free up so much energy. You're also going to free up mental space, which has already been working for you. Your higher self has already been working on your behalf in Gemini season. And now it's moving down into the emotional body. It's going to create so much freedom in the mental, spiritual openness and communication that your guides are going to come in. You're going to be like, woo! You're telling me I'm who now? You're telling me I come from what now? Well, yes, honey. We've been trying to tell you for a long time, but the problem is you were kind of carrying a lot of sticks. We were just patiently and lovingly as divine love, unconditional love that is the source of everything that emanates from the universe. You know, don't worry about that. Spirit is saying, we were just waiting for you to walk it on out the cave. We were waiting on you to go on up to that hill. And your own due time is just as divine. And burn off all those sticks so we could come and remind you of who you are and what you've inherited. You know? And then us in our human mindset that we have been conditioned to think in, which is not our birthright, that it is our destiny to return to the understanding of what we are and what we have inherited, right? It was never our job to be carrying all that. That's okay, though. Look at us. What was this meme that I shared the other day? I was talking about, you know, us cool as hell. They tried to erase your memory and you found your way all the way back anyway. You know what? Throw the wands on the fire. Do a dance. And sometimes what I was going to say, though, in that human mindset, there is a scarcity. There is a lack. That's because we've been told that we're separate when truly we are not separate. We are divine. It's like, okay, but you know, like who will I be? Who am I if I put all of these wands on the fire? What if? Listen, ancestor spirit. What if I burn it all? And then what? Who will I be? Don't do that to yourself. Because then you'll know exactly who you divinely are. Well, what if I burn it all? What if I don't? And then I don't rise? You will. It's your destiny. It's literally encoded in your DNA. Don't worry about that. You know, it's always that energy of, well, I want to jump. Well, I want to put all the wands on the fire, but, you know, what if I can't? And I just don't, I can't. Maybe I should just carry him for a little longer. Just wait at the edge of the cliff. Maybe I should just... Don't do that to yourself. The plot twist and the trick is like, all right, if I take this pill, what if I wake up and... Don't do that. You just got to jump. You just got to swallow the pill. You just got to put the wands into the fire. It's a plot twist. It's a trick. It's almost like a key and your willingness to be radical enough to put the sacrifice on the altar. Click. It turns the key and then the door opens. But it doesn't work any other way around. You know what I'm saying? But you do have Black Moon Lilith in your power. She is your divine dark goddess who will fight for you to bring you back out of the cave. You have Mars and Lilith right now. You explore your Mars placements to understand how powerful that energetic signature can move through you. And Venus and Leo is like, because what I need to do today is love myself, right? And we can do those steps every single day. That's our choice. That's our freedom of choice to do that. You'd be surprised how you know, how the multiplicity of that type of energy works very quickly, Spirit is saying. So, you know, I think the Ten of Wands really hit the nail on the head. So, you know, I'm going to leave it there, you guys. And I really think that I really said what was needed to say about, you know, this Leo energy in the collective. Again, I would greatly encourage you. I'm always glad I'm here to help you. Check out the website. Feel free to email me, contact me. You know, I'd love to work with you to learn more about healing, working with your Black Moon and Lilith placements. Chiron placements are also a great place to look. Chiron's still in Aries. North and South Node, great place to study. All of these things can work together to help you in your shadow work and your root work. And then understanding your Mars signature. So it's like, okay, well, say I'm ready to light my torch up. Let's roll out. I'm ready to go. I feel good. I feel solid. My foundation, I've been working on it. Let's go. Then you can understand your Mars energetic signatures and how to direct that divine masculine energy, right? So I'm always available to help you with that, but those are great learning points to start with. But I'm going to leave it here, you guys, and then hopefully I'll be able to get to doing a part 2 kind of today of talking about some of the other energies in Cancer season and our heart space and our emotional body. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And yeah, take good care of yourselves out there. Also, stay grounded with a lot of this solar and electromagnetic energy. Just a lot going on, you know, out there in the densities and the dimensions. Stay grounded and take good care of yourselves, okay?